Our final stepping set for this series is the Maiden Weaves with the shuttle, and again we're going to do it like we do in the 24 form, so hopefully it's very useful for the students who are learning that form. This one I'm going to change how I started. I'm going to start coming toward you because the hand movements are a little bit crazy on this, and if I go to the side it's just going to look probably ridiculous or ridiculously hard to try to follow along with. So with this one in the form, we go from a rooster stands on one leg into the Maiden Weaves with the shuttle. Now the important thing, well, one of the important things to remember on this one is that instead of going in a straight line, it's similar to diagonal flying in that we go to like a 45-degree angle this way, and a 45-degree angle this way, and we're going angle to angle as we go forward instead of just coming straight on. So to start with, again we're going to use our right leg as our rooting leg, turn that foot out to a 45-degree angle, shift your weight, and establish your root in that leg. We're going to step out. So here's my straight line. I'm going to step out at about a 45-degree angle in this direction to my left with my left foot. As I do that, I turn both hands palm up. My left hand is out about shoulder height, a little higher, probably not too much lower, but right in that area. The right hand is palm up next to the hip. As I shift forward, this right hand slides up so that my right wrist is on top of my left wrist. So I shift forward as that happens. Once I'm here, my left hand is going to drop down and circle around so that it's on top. As it drops down and does that circle, my right hand circles around and then scoops up underneath. So from here, right wrist on top of left wrist, the left hand drops, the right hand circles out, my left hand starts to come up, my right hand drops, and they both come back in, similar to the embracing the moon posture that we start the 24 form with. So again, stepping out to the left, shift forward, right wrist on top of left wrist. As the left hand drops and the right hand circles around, I bring that back foot in, next to the left foot, here. So now my left hand is on top, my right hand is underneath, palms are facing each other. My left leg is now my rooting leg. My right leg is just resting next to the left leg here. Now I'm going to step in a circle step out to the other angle. Right now my whole body, everything is facing off to the left of how I started. Now I circle step out at an angle going to the right here. I sink, my hands change, and as I push forward, my right hand comes up, left hand pushes out like I'm pushing something away from me here. Now I rock back again, right hand palm up, left hand palm up. As I shift forward, my left hand comes up so that my left wrist is on top of my right wrist. As I bring the back leg in, this time the right hand drops, the left hand circles out, my right hand comes up on top, left scoops up underneath, and my left leg comes in next to my right leg. Again, my whole body is facing off to the right now. From here, I circle step back to the left side. And again, I'm not going straight to the left. I'm going at an angle, just like I did before. Circle step, gently touch with the heel. Shift forward just enough to sink down. So I'm not shifting my weight forward and then sinking. My weight stays mostly on the back leg. The hands change, so now my left is coming up, my right is down low, and I push from here out. So it's like I'm blocking the sun from my eyes with my left hand, and I'm pushing something away with the right. Be really careful that you don't lean into this and that you don't twist your body into it, trying to get further with that hand. Keep yourself over your foundation. Shift forward for that push. There. And don't let that front knee go out past the toe. Now we're going to repeat it. So we rock back. This is where we started. Left leg is forward. Left hand is out in front. Right hand is back by the hip. I shift forward. Right wrist on top of left wrist. The left hand drops. The right hand circles out. The right hand drops and scoops in as the left hand comes up on top. My whole body is facing off to the left now. Circle step back to the right. Sink. push, here. Rock back, hands palm up, shift forward, left wrist on top of right wrist, the right hand drops down, the left circles out, and they come in here. Palms facing each other, right hand on top, weight on the right leg, left leg sitting just barely touching the floor, left hand underneath. If you have trouble remembering how your hands are supposed to end up when you get to this spot, just remember whichever leg you're getting ready to step with, that's your bottom hand. Just like with the parting the horse's mane that we did a long time ago. When we started that one, we always made sure that whichever leg we were going to start stepping with, that hand was on the bottom. We do the same thing here. Circle step, gently touch with the heel, hands change, and then push out with the right arm pushing, left hand blocking up above. Rock back, shift forward, the right hand comes forward, right wrist on top of left, circle the right hand around, left hand on top. Circle step with the right leg, sink, hands change, so the right's up, the left is down, the right blocks up above, and I push out with the left palm. Rock back, hands turn palm up. Right leg is out, right hand is out. Shift forward, left hand on top, right hand underneath, the right hand drops down, and it's kind of like, as it comes down, it's like it's brushing something off of me. So that's the motion that you get from that down, and then it comes back up here. So from here it drops down, this one comes out, and then the left hand's going to scoop up underneath as the right hand comes in. Circle step, again, diagonal. Change the hands. Push forward. Rock back, hands turn palm up. Left leg is out, left hand is out. Shift forward. Right hand on top of left wrist. The left hand drops. Right hand circles out, and everything comes in together. And circle step, hands change, and shift forward, there. Rock back, hands palm up, shift forward, left wrist on top of right, the right hand drops, the left circles out, and they come in. Circle step, sink, push, rock back, shift forward, hands circle around, come in, circle step, sink, and push. Rock back, shift forward, hands circle around, circle step, sink, changing the hands, and push. So with each of those pushes, remember you're pushing forward with the hand that's on the opposite side of your forward leg. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing of a way to say it. So if my left leg is forward, I'm pushing with the right hand, and my left hand is up like it's blocking the sun from my eyes. There. If my right leg is forward, I'm pushing with the left hand out, and the right hand is up. So when you finish that, check to make sure you aren't here with the same arm and same leg forward for that push. Make sure that you're finishing here with your back leg on your pushing side and your forward leg on your lifting side. There. Also be careful about leaning. As I mentioned before, It's very common, it's very comfortable for some reason when you're pushing to try to get extra distance on that push. Don't let your body come out here and twist yourself into it. Stay over your base and push out. Another thing that's common, instead of just twisting into it, is to lean into it to try to get extra distance. That's not what we want to do. We want to stay over our base. So make sure that this is what's generating your forward motion, not this. So when you go forward, it's from the hips and the legs, and you push there. It's not from the upper body reaching out. So make sure as you do this that you come there, pushing from the back leg up through, out to the palm. Also be careful as you do this that you don't come up and then down into it. You want to come from here, either straight out into it, or from here you can come down into it, but you don't want to throw yourself up and then down. I think we mentioned that in one of the previous videos. It's a very bad habit to get into because it's very easy to uproot someone if they pick themselves up before they go into a technique. So be careful that as you come out with this, you're just shifting into it and you aren't coming up and then dropping into it. Now I'm going to do it a few times going from the side just to give you a different point of reference so you can see what that looks like. So I'll start like I started when I was coming towards you. My rooting leg is the right leg. I'm going to turn that out to a 45, establish that root. I'm going to step out at an angle with my left foot. Left hand is out, palm up. Right hand is palm up at the side. As I shift forward, the right hand comes forward until the right wrist is on top of the left wrist. From here, the left hand is going to drop, the right hand circles out, and the right foot comes in there. From here, now I'm going to circle step out to an angle that way. So from here, I do my circle step, gently touch with the heel. Hands change, so the left hand, which is on top, is going to drop down closer to the hips. My right hand, which is on the bottom, is going to start to come up here. And then as I shift forward, the right hand comes up, and I push out with the left. Rock back. Right hand's palm up, left hand's palm up. Shift forward so that the left wrist is on top of the right. As I bring the back foot in, this right hand drops, left hand sweeps out. Here. Circle step again, this time going off to the left. Change the hands and push out. Rock back. Shift forward. Right hand on top of left. If you're trying to remember which hand drops there, just remember this back hand always goes on top of the front hand. And it's not going to make sense from here to try to drop the right hand because it's going to have to push the left out of the way. So if this back hand goes on top, the only one that can drop there is the one that's on bottom. So the left one drops down and the right one circles out. And they come in. Circle step, gently touching with the heel. Hands change. And I push up. Rock back. Shift forward. Left on top of right. So that since the right's on the bottom, it's the one that drops down. And I come in. Circle step, gently touching with the heel. Hands change. Shift forward. Rock back. Shift forward, right on top of left. Left hand drops, right hand sweeps around and comes up underneath. So the left is on top, the right's on bottom, getting ready to step with the right leg. Circle step, gently touch with the heel, hands change, shift, settle the wrist as you finish the move. So that's Maiden Weaves with the shuttle. It's fairly intricate with the hand movements, but once you get the muscle memory and once your body gets used to it, it's a very relaxing, very calming, very fluid motion to go through, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot as you practice. I hope you do. Thank you for watching.